And welcome back to the Yokohama sewers. I think this is roughly the halfway point, and we got a little safe room here. I strongly recommend saving and healing before checking out this treasure chest here. This is the first example of it, and we're gonna spoil it, or I'm gonna spoil what's gonna happen in like 2 seconds, but it's a mimic. You got a trophy for it.
Let's do it.
And it's a shaman, which I think is one of the more annoying and dangerous enemy types that you could come up against. I believe he has a party-wide instant kill attack, which really fucking sucks to deal with.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never been a victim of it, so...
Consider yourself lucky.
Ooh.
I don't know if this particular one has it, but I know I've been a victim of it from a random dude just popping out of a treasure chest.
Huh? Going in.
This is also the enforcer skill that we were talking about last video. That's just absurdly strong. 2 hits, they're both lightning damage.
How was I supposed to know some guy was gonna pop out at me? Guess you never know what to expect when opening these things. But if he was waiting for me, how long was he cooped up for?
I think we discussed in an earlier video that a lot more enemies seem to be vulnerable to electricity compared to like, any other ailment, or I guess...
Especially once you get towards the late game?
Yeah, so having all enforcers is... If there's a speedrun of this game and it doesn't use all enforcers electric prong, I'd be very surprised.
I don't think that's actually the main strat in speedruns, actually. I've watched a couple, and I can't tell you that the gambler or dealer's Dart's airstrike is very they lean on the Dart's airstrike attack from the dealer a lot.
Oh well, I could have told you that from the extra audio from the last episode.
Yeah.
How good the airstrike is.
Yeah, we'll cover that when I get enough. Or when I get the cross-class skill for Eri in the I'm blanking what it's called. The clerk class? So I can just switch her into dealer, because dealer is a really good class for Eri. Like she's really good as a clerk. But honestly I think dealer is basically her final form. So close to being able to get that just treasure chest without fighting.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
You're ready now. Take your best shot.
Right. Sure you can beat me? Try this on for size. Here I go.
You know, I'm thinking about it, like the current classes I have for the party members right now, like Hero, Ichiban, Idol, Psycho, and Enforcer Adachi, like those can more or less be like the final form for those 3.
Yeah.
Should I open it?
I wouldn't disagree.
And Hobo's also a really good class in the end for Nanba, like after he's spent some time as like a host.
Should I open it? Sweet.
Although, like, Adachi also has a lot of bulk just naturally, so you may also want to consider just having him as, like, a musician in the end. Because, you know, having a tanky supporter is pretty solid, too.
Have you even shown off the musician? I don't think you have.
I don't... Maybe? Like, it might have just been, like, in a random fight and we didn't call any attention to it, but, yeah, at some point I believe I do show off the musician class.
I don't think you have, just because It's DLC.
I wouldn't underestimate you.
It's
Oh, no,
not.
I'm thinking Rockstar. Never mind.
Yeah, you're thinking Devil Rocker. That class is okay. It's kind of gimmicky, like, so I don't really like it too much. I do really like the other class, DLC class though, Matriarch.
I think the only thing that I always think about when thinking Devil Rocker is don't they have a lot of ice damage?
Maybe?
I feel like there's an attack that just does a lot of ice damage or something. I don't know.
I think I know what you're talking about, but yeah, like I guess if you want ice damage, not bad.
Yeah, I think the other problem too of this game is swapping classes is annoying.
Yeah, like we mentioned, you do have to go to Hello Work every time you want to change classes, which fine, I guess that's how you do it in Dragon Quest II. You got to go to the All Trades Abbey every time, but that still doesn't mean it's not annoying.
Yeah, it's very tedious if you are the kind of person who wants to try out several different classes.
And believe me, for the main save file on this LP, I did do that.
I think the other problem too is that it kind of incentivizes you, or disincentivizes you from checking out a bunch of stuff, because you just get tired of constantly of having to go back to Hello Work and whatever. Because it's not like the units nearby are necessarily like good fodder.
Yeah.
So
and you know, like going to a new class and having to like grind up your job level from 1 all over again, and just having lesser stats until, you know, like rank 5, that sucks.
yeah.
Like I don't know why games that with multiple classes like have this kind of like job sickness kind of thing when you're switching to new jobs, but I hate it.
Yeah, especially when you could easily just do something like, you know, just have like a passive XP that gets fed into, you know, either a general XP pool where that dictates what level your other classes will be, and just XP that goes into every class regardless of if you've used it or not.
Yeah.
Just so that you don't, you know, it's not like you're starting off at level 1 every time. Especially once you get further into the story, because you're fighting harder enemies, so you then have to stagger what units, like which party members swap jobs, because if you do them all at the same time, you'll be too weak to take on the current enemies.
Yeah. This is one thing I really do kind of appreciate like a Dragon for like separating out from like what Dragon Quest 9 does, I guess. Like I did mention this earlier, but in Dragon Quest 9, your character job level is also their character level. So when you're switching jobs in Dragon Quest 9, you really are starting back from level 1 again, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Like at least the character level, you know, doesn't make you super helpless when you switch jobs. But oh boy, switching jobs is fucking miserable in 9.
Yeah.
Unless I'm missing something like that, which is also entirely possible. In short, if you're gonna have a game with a job or a class system, don't make it a pain in the ass to switch jobs or classes. Let us experiment.
Yeah.
Sweet.
In short,
that's
hire
part of the
us.
fun. Yeah, we'll be great consultants. We promise.
Somehow, like, QA staff never picks up on this. What the fuck?
Like, I don't know how much of our little like nitpicks are from the game, like switching gears 8 months before release and it become an RPG, or because, you know, they were just aping Dragon Quest super hard.
No, I'm not giving them that cop out.
Beat him down.
I want to say some of those like walls of rubble can be destroyed if you're the foreman, but I don't think that's quite right.
Isn't it an item that you have to get instead of a class?
No, you gotta switch to. Each one has to become foreman for any amount of time, even if you just like switch into the class and then it's immediately out. And then he gets the universal job ability to destroy certain walls with a sledgehammer.
Right, yeah. That sounds right.
I got this.
Also, can I just say I really love the enemy name Twitchy Streamer.
Who's up, Oxford?
Here we go. Try this on your side.
I'm sorry, Jabo.
He found me in my sewer home.
Let's see. You sure you can beat me?
Get alive! Come on now!
Didn't realize we had a troll in the chat. Telling me to get a life.
Let's go!
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
You didn't make me a mod though, so I can't like time him out or anything.
That's what I call it every time I beat an enemy. Timed out.
Right.
Get alive!
This out. This is my
I really hate fighting enemies like the beefcakes who are just resistant to physical attacks.
Yeah.
Like, it's a non-zero chance that I could just fucking demolish them with the paralysis prongs, but I also don't want to spend the MP to do that because it's like 30 or 60 a pop.
Look, that's why you have all those potions.
True.
I'll show you.
I mean, honestly, I feel like if enemies are only doing 1 damage to you, the game should just like auto give you the battle.
Oh yeah, that'd be a nice thing to have.
It's like you
like
have to
that's
attack me 275 times. You think that'll happen?
Yeah, like that system from Earthbound where like if the game just detects that the enemies won't do are nothing to you, like you just win.
Is it me, or has it been like the same song this entire time?
Yes. This is the exact same song they played in the Kamurocho sewers too.
Yeah. Unfortunate, to be sure.
And like, this dungeon is just so long. I don't,
Yeah.
and having replayed the dungeon for the LP like maybe 2 or 3 times just to test my capture card is so soul draining. Like, oh my god. I hate that my capture card started flaking out on me. Specifically during this dungeon.
Especially since like save points are very few and far
Should I
between.
open it? Got it.
Yeah. I think the hammer I just picked up is for the foreman class. I forget if we talked about it or not, but it's not a good class. Like, it's got some, I guess, decently strong single target, like, physical and fire attacks. But that's about it, really. I think if I were to liken it to another RPG class, it's maybe Berserker?
You're gonna get stomped.
It just sucks because it's all single target stuff, and it's not even like good elements, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember ever
Check this out.
using one.
You basically, it exists so that Ichiban can go, like, learn how to destroy walls, and then you just switch out.
I mean, all I really remember about my early gameplay was making everybody a breakdancer. And basically,
That's a good way to go.
yeah, basically just owning bones at that point, especially since they have the ability to like recuperate mana when they attack.
Can break counters do that? I actually can't remember.
It's either that or I'm thinking maybe of hosts, but I feel like there's an ability that they have that regens MP.
I could see the breakdancer having like a skill that lets them either heal themselves or restore MP. But yeah, the normal attack from the hosts also does the MP regeneration thing too.
Yeah. I think it's the if it's anything, it's the upward kick I think I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
And then obviously there's the spin.
Oh yeah, that spin is incredible. We'll be seeing that later. If I haven't shown that yet. I don't think I have.
Should I open it?
No.
Sweet!
Kinda wish the game just didn't even give you the prompt to open the silver chests. Well, actually, no, never mind. I just remembered, like, at the beginning of the video, we even talked about mimics, and, yeah, there are cases where you might not just want to open them.
Honestly, I don't think that matters. Mimics or not, like, you're committed to opening it or not opening it. I don't see why I would ever, like, go up to a chest, press a button, and then be like, because I don't think there's any audio or visual cues.
No, there really aren't.
Ooh.
Which, actually, yeah, that does kind of suck, because then it feels like your curiosity's just being punished.
Yeah. I think, too, like, the gold chests, like, that should be automatic, too. Screw it. Why, like...
Should I open it?
If chests aren't supposed to respawn, unlike what happened in my game, then, like, why would it matter? Because I could just go get another key, and keys weren't some, like, stupidly expensive thing, so...
Yeah.
It's just adding a menu to something that doesn't need to have a menu, really.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Should I open it? Whoa.
Maybe they just really want to have you listen to each month say, really want to open it?
Maybe. Here's a new enemy type, the Tinkersman. This guy's kind of a fucker. He's got a bunch of different elemental attacks, and I think he's also very heavily resistant to a lot of, like, physical attacks.
All that armor.
Here we go.
It's the goggles, they do something.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't underestimate me. Try this on for size. This is my You're gonna be in the world.
Right, it's this magnetic barrier thing that I'm thinking of that just makes him super tanky.
Check this out. I'm going
Although the ultimate stack slap really doesn't seem to care.
Look, it's ultimate for a reason.
Screw the rules, I have money.
That's right.
I'll show you.
I do kind of wish, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that the stack slap skills, like, just scaled with how much money you had.
Doesn't it?
I don't think they do.
I feel like there's one that did.
Oh.
I can't think of a skill that scales off the money you have in this game, at least.
I got this.
You're in it now.
I believe this is the first time we've seen an enemy type like the Crabby Sentinel. Those guys are really annoying to deal with in general. like, they are incredibly defensive, and they also hit really hard.
Right.
Let's go!
This out.
Don't get caught!
Charismatic bribe. Success is based on business assets.
Let's go.
You're gonna be in
Oh, that skill. I
I mean,
guess
I'm just like looking up to see if there's anything here.
yeah, I guess that's kind of similar to what you were saying. Like, it does scale off of like your the total cash that Ichiban Confections has.
I got this. Don't get caught.
And really, isn't that the money you have?
No, because it is not part of our own personal wealth.
They don't know that.
Look, Ichiban is a good boy. He doesn't embezzle from his company.
right.
What a lame brain.
Try this on for size.
He's doing his damnedest to ensure that there is ethical capitalism or ethical consumption under his company.
You just get hurt?
Good luck next time.
I did it!
Quick aside, I do appreciate that and hate a little bit that the game differentiates Aries' two attacks between like her slashing and her little kickflip thing as slashing damage and, you know, blunt damage.
Right.
Like, it's great for enemies that are for like the Crabby Sentinel when she just doesn't know her normal attack. But if she's doing like the follow-up attack where she does the kickflip thing and they just resist blunt, it kind of sucks.
Same as normal.
Yeah. Like, really cool system, just weird edge cases that make it kind of annoying to work with. Anyway, we're almost done with the dungeon. Like, the final save point I think is right over there.
Time for
I'm
our
just gonna-
third mimic.
Sweet.
Nope, just a protector, which I think I'm just gonna give to Eri. Alright, let's get moving. So, before we can escape...
What the heck? How are we supposed to fight this?
Just hit any part of it you can.
Yeah, like go for that army swinging everywhere. Good enough for me.
You know, you could say like the hydraulic lines.
So, we gotta find an excavator. I think this is the first time we fight an enemy where certain skills are just impossible to use against it. Because the animations just wouldn't work. Like say, I don't think I have, I'm trying to think. I think the paralysis prongs attack just will always, or the game won't even let you use paralysis prongs because, maybe you can?
Suck. Also,
Okay, well-
what a missed opportunity to have Metal Gear Excavator.
Look, man, I think last video we just talked about how they turned down a localized name because they didn't want to be too on the nose with Metal Gear references.
Sure. Anyways, my Twitter is @Java_Fact. Please reach out with DMs.
In any case, what I'm trying to get at is with some attacks, like, you know, that have the characters like pick up the enemy or whatever, like they just won't work on enemies like the Excavator where the animation just won't make sense.
Yeah, unless it's electric prongs.
Apparently.
There's no apparent. The only thing apparent here is you not using it.
When we get the excavator down to like half health, Foreman Yan comes out, and I guess his health is tied to the excavators.
I have secrets too.
I think he's just like tired or something.
I'm not that.
Completely unrelated.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
He's just like, I've had a long day.
Is some kind of joke?
Yes, it was.
Check this out, yeah?
Let's see.
Got something for
Understand me.
you. You're in it now.
Try this on the side. How will you ever forgive me?
Don't get cocky. Gotta do something about this. Let's go! Let's go!
Why me?
Look at me go!
And that's kind of it. Like, no one ever really comments on this ever again. It just happened.
Yeah, no
Should I
cutscene.
open it?
Kinda weird.
Got it.
So before we go, let's just open these silver safes.
I swear one of these is supposed to be gold. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I think I know what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, something else. Something else later, I think.
Yeah.
And that's it. This is the end of the sewers.
Hooray.
We're free.